Well, because I travel a lot, and I did a lot of traveling, and I like to talk to people. That's why I'm here at Shop LC as a TV host. We are going to start this gem decor show, so I want two things I want to let everybody know. When you're shopping on the live stream, which is this isn't the live TV, which I do Thursdays and Fridays. This is live stream through the platforms I named. So if you're watching on my Facebook and you want to buy something, what you do is you go to shoplc.com, and that will pop up, and on the left-hand corner is the three bars. Click on that, and then it will highlight, go down to live stream, and click on that. It will bring you up just like you're watching me now, but it will give you the ability to buy stuff. Through my Facebook, you can't buy stuff, you can just watch me. Okay, secondly, when you do buy through the live stream or any of those platforms, we're going to give you an extra 25% off, which is great savings because 25% of $100 is $25. So that's a substantial savings that we're going to give to you, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Are we doing free shipping on anything today, or is it shipping as usual?
Shipping as usual.
Okay. So you will pay for shipping, but you get 25% off. Hi, Angela. I see you're out there too.
Oh, wait, my apologies. It's basically free shipping when your cart reaches $50 or more.
Okay. Bam. So this is today to watch. So if your cart goes over $50, which, hello, welcome to the world. If you go over $50, you get free shipping. So not only do you get 25% off, you get free shipping. So there's a lot of killer stuff on the website, a lot of clearance items. I unfortunately am here, and I happen to buy a lot of stuff because the deals are great. So I'm going to start off with our first piece so we can get this party started. Remember, National Bee Day. Cheryl B in the house. And, okay, the first piece we're going to bring you is a labradorite. So it is going to be this one right here. Now, this labradorite, obviously you're not going to get this piece of labradorite because we have a lot of different viewers, and we have one piece like this. Yours will be around the same gram weight, which is going to be about 587 carats. And so it will be roughly that gram weight, obviously a different size, a different shape, but roughly that same gram weight. Okay, so let's talk labradorite. So you can see what this is on the surface of this stone. Do you see all that beautiful right here, all this? That's called labradorescence. Okay, that is only found on a few stones. This is a feldspar family stone. It's found on moonstone and a couple of your other stones that have that iridescent shimmer under the surface of the stone. But labradorite was discovered in the 1700s in Labrador, Canada. There's a couple of myths behind it. You know, obviously stones have been around for way before the 1700s. And the myth behind this is that the Vikings were hiking the mountains, pillaging the world as they did. And they arrived at Labrador, Canada off their boats or whatever, and they saw this stone in the ground, and they had thought that the aurora borealis was trapped in the dirt, in the stones. So they smashed that stone with their Viking spear, and those colors were released up into the sky, back into the aurora borealis where it belongs. So that's the first myth. That's a myth, obviously. You know, I don't think you could actually smash the stone with a spear. You'd have to be Thor. But, you know, as things go in myths and legends, there's always a little bit of truth to a legend or a myth, and so that's part of it. So this was discovered 1700s, and then through then, it made its way all up through Europe. And what happened was, once Europeans discovered it, it was cut into jewelry, and they fastened into seals for stamps, put in the breastplates of warriors. So this stone has been around for a long time. You know, a long time for me is a couple hundred years or 300 years. We're new to this country, so, you know, 300 years sounds like a long time, but we're still babies. So this is going to be polished on the bottom. They all have that beautiful labradorescence. They are polished completely on all sides, on the tops and the sides. So you might be lucky enough to have this labradorescence all on the back side of the stone also. Okay, So, labradorite. This is good for the zodiac signs, Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So if that's any of the birth months that you were born in, this stone does better with you. Now, it doesn't mean that it doesn't do better with everybody. This is good for the throat chakra and the third eye, which is here. Throat chakra is for your communication. Say what you mean what you say. Your third eye is that's an intuition. When you do something and you have that gut feeling, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. And you do it, and you know, and then it turns out just the way that gut told you, like it wasn't going to be a good choice. That's your third eye. That's your intuition. That's letting you know that maybe that's not the best decision. Or the opposite is that it is a great decision, and you know it, and you're feeling it, and you're like, I'm going to do this. It's going to make me happy. This is for me. That's also the third eye talking to you. Okay, this also boosts confidence. So let's talk about that a little bit in the world we're living in now. Because we live in a world full of, we're on 4 social platforms right now. And, I have now been inundated into the world of emails and Facebook and people sending messages and judging you on what you wear, your nails, the color glasses you're wearing. You're not tall enough, you're not good enough, you're too fat, you're too skinny, your shirt's not the right color. That's out there. People are going to judge no matter where you are in the world. That's how people that's just human nature. I'm better than you, you're not good enough, and then what happens is if you get inundated with that, you start feeling you're not good enough. I could be better. I'm too fat. I don't wear the right color glasses. What happens is you start living for everybody else's opinions. Now think about that. Opinion. We know what that's like. So once you start really delving in and reading all that stuff, those are opinions that people are giving you. Everybody has an opinion. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Maybe you could take an opinion and spark something that might be useful to transition yourself into a little bit better person. But there are haters out there in the world. They just send emails or clips or they say nasty stuff. That's just, there's billions of people here in this world. There are going to be haters out there no matter what. You can't do anything about it. But what you can do is boost your self-confidence. This labradorite is a great stone for that. It boosts your self-confidence. So that way when you read those emails or when you hear people, I always say if people are talking about me, I've rented space in their mind, and that usually becomes with a jealousy tied to it. So if people are chattering about you, it's usually a jealousy factor, unless they're saying something positive. I mean, I have friends out there that talk about me in a positive light, but I'm just talking about the rest of that chatter that goes on in the world that sometimes it gets in your head, and we do have stones to correct that. Believe me, I'm going to show you those in a little bit. So it's almost like when you start working with gem and minerals, I always say to people, it's like finding the perfect medicine. When you start taking a new medication and some of the times it makes you feel a little off, a little under, picking out the right gemstones is like finding the perfect balance of medication. And once you find that balance, then you can move on with your life. That growth factor will happen. You'll become more confident, a little less worried about what people say. You'll start dressing for yourself and not to please other people. You'll start saying your truth. You'll start feeling stronger. And when all that happens, that brings you up to a better person, and you're able to handle things differently. You don't get angry. Your feelings don't get hurt. Self-confidence isn't about saying, I'm better than you and I'm the best of the best. It's about controlling who you are and making sure that you're not beating yourself up because of what other people say. Okay, now after all that spiel, now I'm going to tell you the price on this baby. So this is $69.99. We do have budget pay on this. $69.99. That's a pretty hefty piece of labradorite. And I'm going to do a quick measure. Now remember, I said everyone is going to come approximately different size. This one is approximately 4 inches. 4 inches by about 3.5. Now, It might come like this. It might come shaped like that. It might come shaped like this, more rounded, okay? But you will get something that's equivalent in the gram weight to this with that beautiful labradorescence. And that's the most important part, that you want to have this beautiful labradorescence. So when I look at this particular stone, so $69.99 is today's price on the live stream. And then once you go to click out, first of all, because it's over 50, you'll get free shipping. But when you do the promo code, down there where it says write a comment, I'm trying to point, where it says write a comment, you'll put shop one, and then you hit send, and then that will bring you up. Is that how it works? It brings you up to the order page when they hit shop one?
When you hit send, a link will be sent to your DMs to the item to purchase from our website.
Okay. So, DM means?
Direct messages.
Direct message. I'm not techo, so thank God that my producer here is, because, I need all the help I can get with that. So when you put it in the comment column, you put shop one, and then you hit send, and it will send a link to your DM that you click on, and then it will have your order page. So remember, over 50 free shipping. 25% off this is 10, 20, 30, I think it's $32.50 if that's not correct in my head. So we're going to give you the price, what the 25% off this is. Oh, I have a calculator right here.
Okay.
So we do 69 times 17. Is that right? 1725. What does it come out to? Help me here.
The easiest way to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
It's you do $69.99 minus 25%, which would be $52.49.
$52.49. Thank you very much. So $52.49. That brings you once again above that $50 mark. So free shipping on this. Remember, this stone boosts self-confidence. It also protects you. It's a stone of protection. That's why they put it in the warriors' plates of these battlemen. The people that are going to battle. If maybe you need this. Maybe you're going to battle somebody for a divorce, or for, you're gonna negotiate the cost of a car. That's always a battle when you go to a used car lot. So this is something that you can use. I place this beside my front door, so that way it sucks all that negativity out when you first come in your house and when you're leaving your house. All right. When I put it near the entryway, because people coming in, they've been all over the place. They might have had the worst day of their life, and they're coming over to have a glass of wine or a mocktail or a cup of coffee and sit down and just vent. They're packing that with them. That's like a bag that they've got packed, and they're ready. They're going on a flight to your house to get some therapy. And what happens is, when that therapy and they're off and they're just telling you about their day, that's all negativity that's coming out. And I always say, verbally, what you say, be real careful, because you can manifest stuff by just saying stuff over and over. So protect yourself. If you're the therapist, if you're the good friend, bestie friend, if you just want to have a nice, safe house that's your oasis, that people come in and out, you might have home health care workers that come in. Remember, they've been coming sick person after sick person. Once again, they're carrying a bag with them, and it's full of all the stuff that they've been dealing with the entire day. So you need to get rid of that. Put that bag down at the front door and enter my domain with a clean slate, because you know what? You don't want to have that negative energy in your personal space. The same thing if you work in an office, in a cubicle. When somebody comes into that cubicle, you know they're coming there for a reason. It's either to complain, work on a project, talk about a lunch date, talk about their personal life, but there's usually something that's addressed when somebody comes into a work cubicle to talk to you. So you can put this beside your computer. You can put this anywhere you want to for self-confidence and for protection against negativity. But, folks, it's a cool and groovy stone on top of everything else. Look at that. Come on. There's no other stone in the world that does that. Not with that color play. No way. No way. Maybe an opal, Ethiopian, but that's different. That's like pinks and pastels. This This is a hefty stone. Also, Father's Day is coming up. If you are a wife, married, if you're a daughter, if you're just a good friend, and you want a gift for a guy, or, this is unisex, so women or men, but Father's Day is usually a time people have a really hard time finding gifts for people. So, this is a great gift, and I'm just reading messages. Okay, I'm bringing on the camera. There you go, Susan. So look at that labradorite. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, bringing on this camera. $52.49 can be yours today, and that's pretty hefty. I'm going to put it in the palm of my hand, put it on my hand so you can see. This is not a little teeny speck. This has got some girth to it. So if you're interested, $52.49, and I am going to move on to our next stone, which is, let me look at my show sheets here.
So mainly just the bigger labradorite. We can not talk about this one nearly as much since we're
Yeah. Okay. So we are moving on to our Mama Jamma. So this is a larger piece, all right? This is double the carat weight almost. This is 10,886 carat. Once again, if you're tuning in, Cheryl B. You can follow me on Instagram, Magical Journey Cheryl, or Cheryl Magical Journey, or Cheryl Benvenuto, and my profile is Mina B Suit. Okay, so this is $89.99. $89.99. Look at all that play of color in this. And I'm going to flip it over because this one has, and you can see that sometimes it's on the entire stone. So this is on the back side of that stone too, that great play of color. So $89.99. Let's figure out what it is with our 25% off. Okay, 89 times, what did you do, minus or times?
Minus.
Minus 25. And you do the percentage?
Yes.
$67.49. Okay, $67.49, flat bottom. This fits on a shelf anywhere. Look at this. Look at that color in this. Come on, guys. And what I'm going to tell you is, so you can see these little flecks of some type of red, maybe a little bit of orange. So I'm going to pull a sample that I brought because I want to show you something real quick. This is for my own personal. So I'm going to hold this up, see if I can get the play of color on this. This is a piece, there it just flashed. Okay, there it is. Okay, so you can see this stone. I'm going to hold it up to this side. See how that has more red and more orange? So this is actually spectralite. This is labradorite. What happens is, once you have that play of any type of reds or oranges, and this has it, I can see it on this stone, that bumps this up from regular labradorite to a better grade. It's called spectralite. So you actually might get the better grade, which is the spectralite. It's a mixed bag. We never know. This comes in big lots. We handpick just by the color flash, but they don't label it, oh, that has a spot of red, that's spectralite. But if you are one of the lucky ones, then you might get that bit of red or orange and call it spectralite. So remember, $67.49, free shipping, and talk about lucky. So every day from now until, I don't know when, but we're having a sweepstakes. That's a tongue twister. We're having a sweepstakes where we're giving every day a gift card, $100 gift card, and a different prize. They announced it at 7 p.m. on the live TV show, but at the end of it, somebody's going to get a free Rolex. And I'm not talking about a knockoff Rolex. I'm talking about the real deal. So, what do I say to that? I've always been lucky my whole life. If I didn't work here, I would be signing up every day because you know what? I'd be sporting that Rolex, I guarantee it. I'm not eligible because I work here, but somebody has to win. And if you're one of the people that said, oh, I never win anything, maybe you need labradorite for a little self-confidence in your life. Because somebody has to win, and it could be you. But once you put those words, I never win anything, you know what that means? You're negative. You need a lot of self-confidence. You want to say, I'm going to win that Rolex. Put that out there. Put that energy out there. Because you could be the winner of the Rolex. So make sure you go on the website and enter that sweepstakes. Every day we're giving away stuff. Every single day. And free is awesome. We all like free stuff. Okay, giant labradorite, boom, boom, boom. $62.49, flat on the bottom. Comes from Labrador, Canada. Self-confidence, removes negativity. Cool, groovy piece for your home decor. I hope my friend Donna's watching. I don't see her on there yet. I sort of picked some larger pieces for her and John. They were interested in some bigger pieces. So I'm going to re-show this and recap at the end of the show everything I've shown. Okay, so this would be Shop 2 in the comment bar. Down there in the comment bar, Shop 2. And then that will send you to the link. It will DM you with a link for you to buy this and get your 25% off. Okay, very, very important. Get that 25% off. We are moving on to, let me look at my cheat sheet here.
Quartz blue mushroom.
Okay, the quartz blue mushroom. So, this actually looks like K2. So I know that some of my people out there, Joanne, how you doing, Joanne? I know what you know. I know that some of you know what K2 is. It was someone that was hit the fire and just went crazy a few years ago. So they're calling this blue quartz, but I'm going to call it, I think it looks like K2 a little bit. So I'm going to call it the blue mushroom. Okay, so what is mushrooms? Well, they're the sign of rebirth, regeneration, things that regenerate. Some mushrooms only last 24 hours and then they wither. And so we want to make our lives, we want to be reborn or have renewal in our lives that's going to last for eternity or for however long on this planet. Okay, quartz. This is quartz. This quartz blue mushroom is approximately 459 carat. All right, so I'm going to hold it up. Boom, boom, boom. Got some blue on the top. Don't feel blue about this. This could be for you. Okay, $19.99. That's our today price. You put in the 25% off. This would be shop 3 in the comment. This is going to bring this down to $14.99. $14.99 can be yours. So I'm going to talk about quartz briefly, and I want to show you an example of something. So we talk about quartz a lot. And quartz is used in every single electronic device that we own. Quartz watches were on the market in I think the 70s. Everybody wanted quartz movement. It was like the thing of the future. Oh my God, there's quartz movement on these watches. I don't have to wind them, and I can, these are something so far advanced technology. Well, technology has come a long way, and we know that from our phones that used to be on the wall to now, we basically carry a computer around with us. I have my phone hooked up that's doing the live show, and I use it for everything. Okay, quartz is an accelerator. So this mushroom is quartz. What happens when energy goes through quartz? So I'm going to give you a little sample of, I just brought this in for a little fun thing. So this is just a quartz pendulum, right? Now I'm going to hold my hand really still, and I'm going to show you what happens. This pendulum will start to spin, and I'm not going to do this with my hand. I'm going to hold it still as I can, and I'm going to focus, and I'm going to, okay, so now I've let it go. Okay, I'm trying not to breathe, but you can see this moving back and forth. Now it's going in a circular motion, okay? So if I held it longer, it would continue to go in a more circular motion or back and forth. What is that doing? That is an example of energy. My body is full of energy. When we leave this world, our physical is still here, but that energy is completely gone. And where does it go? We have no idea. Whatever faith you believe in, that's fine. I'm just talking about the energy in my body now. What happens? If I hold this quartz, this will heat up to the exact temperature of my body. I'm transferring energy back and forth between me and this stone. And I'm not doing it intentionally. That just happens. And that happens when you shake somebody's hand. That energy, you're exchanging energy. So it's a friendly, that's a way for you to, hello, how you doing? That's you're exchanging your energy with their energy. Your wedding band, why is it on this finger? That goes right up to your heart. That's the meridian line that goes right to your heart. That's energy zipping to your heart. That's why your engagement ring and your wedding band's always on the left-hand side. So you are a source of energy. So when you pair your energy with a stone that resonates with you, it's like taking, I'm trying to think about, let's say it's like drinking a cup of coffee, that you feel that caffeine, that energy little buzz. So stones do that in an underlying way. So like I said, these can be used to help you aid in certain things in your life that you may want to correct or change, or you just think they're cool and groovy. That's fine. Everything that our bodies are based with energy. Big Pharma started many years ago, and they started creating pills. They were from minerals from the ground. Makeup. Wear a mineral-based makeup. It's much less harsh on your skin than something that's man-made like talc. Well, talc is natural, but so minerals are very, very important. We take iron, right? We take vitamins. Those are all minerals and stuff like that we're putting in our body to help aid to a healthier lifestyle. So gem and minerals do that. Now, if you don't believe any of that, that's okay too. Because you know what? You don't have to. This could be just something cool and groovy. Maybe you want to stick it in a plant that's on your windowsill, right? You're singing by the window, cooking and washing the dishes after a great meal. That little mushroom is sitting there. That little mushroom's picking up that happy energy. Do, I'm happy today. And then that's going to make your plants grow better. That's going to make the space in your house a little happier. You start toe tapping to some great music. You can put this anywhere you want. This is a great piece. This will excel. Now, if you're feeling negative and you're having a really bad day, probably not the best time to be around quartz. But you'll be around other stones that I'm going to show you. They're going to help with those mood swings and help you have a more sort of balanced, just even keel. You're not over the top, losing, screaming at people. It brings you to a level that that you can relate and other people can relate to. Okay, so this would be shop 3. This after your 25% off that you type in the shop 3 in that comment, this will bring it down to $14.99. Not free shipping on this. You need to accumulate $50 to get free shipping. Hey, Cindy. Okay, so we're going to move on to our third piece, which is, okay. Did I do that good? Ooh. All right, so we have two. Okay, the egg and the sphere.
The bigger one, the egg. Well, no, sphere, yeah.
Okay, so this is so cool. Okay, so hold on to your pearls and your boot strings and your pants, because this, my friends, is the coolest and grooviest stone. And I'm reading on my sheet that the sphere, this is a sphere. Let me spin it around. This comes with a free wooden stand. The stand's not here, but it's whittled from one solid piece of wood. Okay, the price on this is $79.99. $79.99. And then bring this down after the 25% off to $59.99. So I'm going to put this close up because I want you to see something very special about pyrite. So I'm going to bring this really close in. I'm going to do it on this side in 1 second. If you look, you can see that right where my fingernail is, that's a cube. So I'm going to move it over to this one. Right here is a perfect cube. Okay. Hi, Black Coffee. Wahoo! What kind of wood? I don't know. It's from Bali, so I don't know what kind of wood it is, but do we have one of those stands around?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're gonna look for the stand. It might not be in the house, but it's 3 pieces all intertwined. They sort of unfold, and then the sphere would sit in the top. Okay, so let's get back to this. So I want to show you. Look at this. Ooh, okay. Look at this pyrite. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, this is mined out of Peru. This is the best source for pyrite right now. Is coming out of Peru. Hey, is there any way we turn down the lights a little bit so I can get some twilight light in here? Because I want to show you guys the sparkle effect on this. It is like crazy like diamonds. So black coffee, I agree with you. Fool's Gold is gorgeous. So cool and groovy. And this has weight to it. So pyrite was used years ago. So I already told you the price. $59.99. This would qualify for free shipping. So let's give you some interesting facts about pyrite today. So this is a Greek word, and it has to do with fire. And years ago, they would use this as a flint because it's a metal. So they would strike on it to create a fire, right? The Native Americans here in the United States, they used to, and I don't know how they did this, but who knows? They napped arrowheads, but they would find pieces of pyrite, and because of its reflective capability, that they would use this as a mirror. And I can see myself. I can't, it's a little distorted, but I guess if you never had a mirror before, this is a pretty darn good one. They were so smart back then. So what does pyrite do for you? It does a lot. This is a great stone to have. Okay, so the best thing about pyrite is that it's great for prosperity. So if you need to have a little extra ching-ching in your pocket, maybe you're a lottery ticket buyer, maybe you go to the casino, maybe you're doing your taxes at the end of the year and you're like, ooh, I have money coming back. This is the stone that will aid you in that prosperity. It's a money stone. Just think about it. Before we actually resonated that, came up with it's a money stone, it's for luck and prosperity, people traveled from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast in wagon trains through, and I hate it's so when I say through Native American country to get to California for the gold rush. A lot of people died going out there trying to become rich, trying to have a little piece of the, the rich America that they wanted, that they sought after, But this is a pretty hefty little sphere. I'm going to give you a little measurement here. So this is roughly, I'm going to say about 2.5 inches round, all the way around. But I love this because it has all these great canyons in it. All these cool and groovy canyons. Now, it's mined in Peru, and every one of these canyons, if you look really closely in it, it's 1 million little squares that are all put together. So like I said, this grows in a cube. Do it back here. In a cube. I'm not square. This stone grows in a cube. So this was a giant cube that are made up of millions of little cubes. And then we cut and polish it. It's very, very hard to cut and polish. This stone is, like I said, it's for confidence. It's for success. It's for negative energy. So, I talked about that earlier. Let's say you've had the worst day of your life and you just get home and you just want to scream. Or you're working in an office and your boss maybe came in there and gave you a good old talking to. Maybe you have kids at home and there's 3, 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, and they're all pulling at you. Mama, daddy, I want these sneakers, I want this. And money is like, yeah, I can't take it. Or maybe you've sat in traffic coming home from work and it's been a couple of hours, maybe there was a traffic accident, and you just want to get home. Right here. You get home, put this right in that palm of your hand, and you sit there. You don't have to sit there long. 1 minute. Doesn't even take a minute. Hold this in your hand and sit for a second. Put your keys down. Go get in that lazy boy chair or the chair of torture, whatever you want to choose. You sit down. You hold this in the palm of your hand, and it calms you right down. This will suck all that negative energy out of you. All right? So remember I said quartz is an accelerator. That mushroom, you put in a plant, put in your kitchen if you're a home cook, put it beside your keys and your wallet. It's an accelerator. Whatever you're feeling, that little quartz is going to make it accelerate. This is also going to bring you prosperity, good luck. It's also going to suck that negative energy out of you. All right? So what happens when this is full of negative energy? How can you tell? It's very easy to tell. After you work with stones for a long time, and I'm going to say this in a weird way, but they feel almost dead. You pick it up, there's nothing there. You're like, used to be my favorite, not my favorite anymore. I don't know why. It's like a computer chip. It's probably so overloaded with whatever energy is stored in there that it shuts down. It can't fit anymore. What happens when you take 10,000 pictures on your phone? You got to clear that cache. You got to get rid of that because there's no more memory left in your phone. It's sort of the same with stones. Once they get to a certain point where they're overloaded, you got to get rid of that. You got to give them a fresh start. So 2 ways to do that. Okay, the first way is you can take any stone, doesn't matter what it is, and you make a salt water, like you gargle with salt water. You put in sea salt, you put in some water, you spin it around. Don't do it over the sink. Even your jewelry needs to be cleansed because you're wearing it all the time. All the time. You ever worn a ring for a couple of months? You bought it, you loved it. A couple of months later, you're like, yeah, I'm sick of that ring. It's not doing it for me anymore. It's probably overloaded with energy. Could be good, could be bad, could be you've been shaking hands. It's got every person you touched along your path locked in that ring. So you take those rings, don't do it over the sink, put it in a bowl, dip them quick. You don't have to soak them. Don't ever soak them because some stones are less tolerant towards salt and water. So you do a quick dunk, then you put another bowl that has fresh water, rinse it off, towel dry it, and it's done. Easiest cleansing you've ever done. It's easier than wiping down your stovetop. All right, and that will start that stone fresh on the path. I always say when you buy something like this big giant pyrite for $62.49 and free shipping, that when this gets to you, that you actually take that step. Because this has come from a mine, right? It's been treated. The miner, the cutters, the sorters, the polishers, the packers, the shippers, the freighters, the people here that unpack, everybody who's touched it. It has all that energy from all those people. In the 150 people that touched it, I guarantee not 150 were off to the races happy every day. All right? So you got to take care of that. Get all that energy out. So it starts with your energy, your fresh energy. And when it's overloaded with your energy, get rid of it. The second way, number 2 way, that you can cleanse stones and jewelry, and I preface by saying, please make sure you do this to your jewelry too. All right? I wear a ton of jewelry. I touch people's hands all the time. You really need to cleanse the energy. Put it out on a windowsill on a full moon. Ow! You can howl at the moon if you want while you're doing it. Don't put it outside that somebody can take it. Put it inside on a windowsill, right? If you have a backyard, I used to run and put tubs of stones in my backyard during full moon. My backyard was very secure. Nobody was ever back there. So I really like to do that. I like that full moon energy. And you notice during a full moon, they say people's cycles are all crazy. It's the energy level. That's your energy. It changes like anything else. Just like you age, energy goes up and down. Some days you feel like you could run a marathon. Some days you feel like you just want to nap all day. Those energy levels are in your body. Sometimes they're not balanced. And that's why some days you're up here, some days you're down here, some days you're here. That's where you want to be pretty much. This is good. That happy, from here up, happy land, really good place to be. Down here, we can always go down. We could pick every bad thing out of every day and spiral down that rabbit hole and just go into the pit of negativity. This stone will protect you against that. All right? Wealth, prosperity, luck, money, cool and groovy. And remember, it comes with a free stand today. So, shop for, down there in the comment, It'll DM you to the order page, and then you put live 25 in the promo code, and you get the additional 25% off. Okay, we are moving on to our next stone, which is going to be another piece of pyrite, but a different shape. So don't be disappointed. Okay, we're moving on to this, which is the infamous ba-ba-ba. That was my chicken call.
Pretty good.
Thank you very much. My neighbors had 22 chickens in Florida when I left. Now they have 42, and I really wanted to put one of these in their chicken coop before I left, just because it would be the chicken that laid the golden egg. Just as a joke, I didn't have the eggs in hand, but I thought that would be so fun to do to somebody. Okay, Easter's come and gone. This would have been the coolest Easter egg anybody ever got. Okay, this is $55.99. That's going to be your start price, and I'm going to keep holding it up while I'm calculating your massive savings here. Comes down to $44.99. Oh, not enough for free shipping, but let's see. If you pair it with that little mushroom, you get the free shipping. So you get the point. Over $50, free shipping. Okay, so we're going to zoom in on this because I want to show you. Look at that crystalline structure in there. All right? Look at that. I'm going to hold it back here so both cameras can see. So this is the size, exact size of a normal egg. Okay. We love spring. We love Easter. Maypoles are always around in May. Why? Because that's the time of birth. Or after a hard winter, what happens? Every animal, every bird, they'll give birth in the spring because that's the sign of rebirth. We're starting a new season. And seasons are very, very important in people's lives. A lot of people live in inclement weather. My sister's way up in the Canadian border almost. So, they have sub-zero temperatures in the below 10 degrees. I lived in Florida, now I'm in Texas. We have 100-degree temperatures all the time. But seasons are how people actually, your skin tone changes. That sun comes out, you get more sun. So this egg is a symbol for all that. So if you've ever wanted something cool and groovy, this is the pyrite piece. $55.99 is our regular price. Goes down to $44.99. All right, $44.99 is a great price for this. This comes out of Peru. And the quality of this pyrite, so, once again, stone comes in different qualities. You have to remember that. So I've seen pyrite I'm going to call it a dog material. I always say to people, look, if you want to buy a stone, you've never bought stones before, save your money and buy something that's a good quality. Because every time you look at it, it'll put a smile on your face. Because it's pretty, it's sparkly, it's something you saved for. If you buy something that's inferior quality, it's not going to have that pizzazz. Yes, it'll still do the same metaphysical properties. If you're going to take this and throw it in a sack and carry around a sack of stones, it doesn't matter. Pyrite is pyrite, just like gold is gold. But if you're going to display this on a beautiful stand, why not have something really, really pretty that it's a home decor piece. It's something that aids into the beautification of your space, your oasis, where you spend the majority of your time is in your living room area and kitchen. I mean, my old house was 1,000 square feet. I spent 90% of my time, kitchen, living room, which was all open, and then my bedroom. The other rooms, I hardly ever went in unless I was going into a closet or something like that. So you can display this anywhere you want. I always say stone should be in a place in your home that most people gather, especially something like this. Some of the other stones we're going to talk about, not so much, but I really, really like the larger specimens, the specimens that have all that sparkle to be out there because not only is it good for you, but it's going to spark an interest. If somebody comes to your house, they're looking around, I don't know, let's say you have your cool Yeti mug my sister made me. Ooh, is that going to spark a conversation piece? Maybe because she, sandblasted my initial on it and my favorite baseball team. Other than that, that's not a conversation piece. Neither is your old recliner. or your pilly blankets, or your tchotchkes that maybe, have been in your family. You don't really like them, but it's a family heirloom. You got to put it out. Maybe it was a gift from somebody. And you're like, they're coming over. It just fits there. Why not put some cool and groovy stuff in your house that does something extra special too? And this is it. Pyrite. You got to have it. Luck, money, prosperity, removes negativity. And I believe this also absorbs EMFs, all right, which are electromagnetic frequencies. But I have another stone that does a way better job than this on that, and that's going to be coming up at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Okay, pyrite. This is shop.
It's shop 5.
Shop 5. Comment column, shop 5. Also, if you have any questions at all, we have a personal shopper that can help you with any questions at all. I mean, you had a board here with the number on it before.
I don't know where to put it.
So,
I'll bring up the number right behind.
Okay, so the number's coming up here. So what the personal shopper does, I'm going to stand on this side. The personal, right here, 888-835-2237. This is going to be your best friend. If you have any questions about anything you want to buy, you call that number, 888-835-2237. Thank you for pulling that up behind me. I appreciate it. They can, let's say you want to buy this piece of pie, right? Let's say I want to purchase this. And they already have my address on ShopLC because I buy a lot of stuff. But let's say I want to buy this and ship it to my cousin Cindy, right? In Rhode Island. A personal shopper can arrange all that. They don't charge you extra. We pay them to be your best friend. That's what they're going to do. Be helpful, be friendly, take care of you because we want you to have a joyful shopping experience. Okay, what else? Everything that you buy has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So let's say you buy this. It's not your cup of tea. You get it. It's not as pretty as I thought. I thought it was going to be bigger. Whatever the reason, you just send it back. We give you a money-back guarantee. The other thing is we offer budget pay. So if you see something you like, and up on the screen it comes, there'll be 2 options, pay in full or BP. BP is not the gas station. That is our budget pay. And what we do is we break down your price over 5 months. So just an example, if this was 50 even, your budget pay on this would be $10 a month. So they charge you $10 to get it out the door. Remember, you get free shipping because it's over 50. You'll receive your egg for $10, and then every month after that for 4 more months, we're going to bill you $10. So we give it to you. It's like a layaway, but we're not holding your goods hostage. We're getting them to you right away. If you buy jewelry, a chain like this, the same thing. Doesn't matter how much it costs. You know what we say here? No credit, good credit, we don't care. We'll give you budget pay. So take advantage of that if you want to buy a multitude of stones on this Gem Decor show and put them on budget pay. That way you have a whole array. You can buy now, put it away for the holidays. Get your Christmas shopping sort of under control. Pay by the month, because by the time September comes around, it's going to be paid off, and you're going to be one step ahead of the whole world that's scrambling with, tariff prices and all that kind of stuff. And that is going to happen. They held off for 90 days. We don't know what's going to happen after 90 days, but it's already affected us here. This is stock that's been here in-house. We have 9,000 employees. This has been in-house, so this is not a tariff-related piece. So I'm going to show you once more. You can see the sticker on it, made in Peru. Well, it was Mother Earth made it in Peru. Okay, so we're going to move on. Great, great groovy stone. Best quality I've seen in a long, long time. So take advantage of that if you're interested. We are going to move on to our chrysoprase. Chrysoprase. Okay. Now, another mushroom style. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to show you the color variation on this. So this has the greens and the blues on the bottom, right? The browns up top. So this is $19.99. The live stream price brings us down to $14.99. So if you want a chrysoprase mushroom. So let's talk about chrysoprase for a little bit. What it is. Well, it's a stone. Boom. I know that. You know that. So how has chrysoprase come about? Well, Originally, chrysoprase was found near a lot of copper mines, and it was actually a tailing off of a lot of times when they're mining for a gemstone. When they're mining for silver, gold, platinum, a precious metal, they don't care about what's found. When you get a lease from the government to open a mine, it's a lot of difficulty, a lot of EPA stuff. You are mining for one specific thing only. So if I'm mining for silver and I find all this chrysoprase, I can't legally take that and sell it. That's something that I did not get a license to mine for. So that's called tailings. So they actually chuck all that stuff off to the side. They don't cut it, they don't polish it. It's considered waste material. What happens is, through time, of course, a lot of mines had a lot of really interesting material that was being discovered, and the workers that were working these mines actually put it in the back of their trucks, and they were able to take it because it was just waste. It was like having garbage bags built up that's rock. So the mine owners or the management said, just take it, get it out of here, we don't care. Well, then they started selling it, and obviously what happens? Okay, people go in, they start pilfering, people get hurt, boom, everything gets shut down, no more allowed to do that. So now when they do, when they mine for certain things, and I'm trying to think of the one mine I was talking, it doesn't matter, I'll think of it later. Okay, so chrysoprase, this is related to the throat chakra, which is your voice. It's a pastel-y color, that green color. That's also related to your heart chakra. And you have 7 chakra energy points in your body, starting with your root up to your crown. And I'll touch on what some of these stones do. This is related to the throat and the heart chakra. Gives the ability to have a strong voice. Let's say you are a person that through many years has had a very quiet voice. You've never been able to really speak your mind. You've always sort of sat in the back of the room and let everybody else shine. This is the stone that will give you that voice. Let's say you've been meek, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but there are a lot of people that don't want to overtalk somebody else. They don't want to be the star player, but they sort of get lost in the crowd. This gives you that voice. This also gives you the ability to, if your heart is injured, it could be from a love affair, a divorce, children that don't talk to you anymore, parents that judge you, friends that judge you, peers that judge you, Facebook that judge you, anything like that. This gives you the ability to see past the pain and extend the olive branch if needed. So let's say you have a crazy family member who you've been estranged from for a long time. This will aid for you to A, speak clearly on the points that are needed to be corrected, and B, open that heart chakra up to mend and let love in and extend love. You know, if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. We all know that expression, and that's so true. If you're hating on yourself, you don't see you don't see through rose-colored glasses. You're so caught up in that area that it makes it difficult to even be a happy person. So this will help you with that. And it's cute, cool, and groovy. $19.99. Shop 25 brings it down to $14.99. I'm going to put it's flat bottom based. So I love these. I usually put them in threes, and I put them in plants, or I put them in cute little places. This can be put outside. It can definitely. It's a rock. Some rocks can't withstand direct sunlight or weather. This is a bulldog. This can withstand all that. This will remain shiny and bright. It's just, it's a cool and groovy stone, chrysoprase. So if you're interested, make sure you get a piece of it. $14.99. Okay. So let me see if I missed anything. Oh, okay. I did miss a couple of things. So I made an extra little note here because I wanted to just say, so it's interesting how when you start studying stones, like amethyst is in the walls of the Vatican. Most people don't know that unless you have somebody like me who knows a lot of probably useless facts, but I should be on Jeopardy. But that's sort of important because Amethyst is a transition stone. And when people go to the Vatican, they go for transition. They go for prayer. They go for enlightenment. They go for acceptance. Okay, chrysoprase is actually adorned in the foundation of New Jerusalem. Now, I know a lot about stones. I didn't know about that, so I read about that today. And I thought, that's a pretty interesting fact. So this is an old stone. It's for prosperity and love, like I said. This is, this is the stone for May. So if you're an emerald baby, this is the mineral for May, which is chrysoprase, which is sort of cool. My mom had a May birthday. I know there's a bunch of people out there. We have another 10 days left of the month. So if this is the stone that you resonate to, buy it. They always say the stone picks you, you don't pick the stone. And what I mean by that, I could watch TV all day and they could show me jewelry all day and gem and minerals, and all of a sudden something will be aired and I go, ooh, I like that. Now why? I don't know. Why didn't I like the other 99 that were aired prior? That's why I say the stone picks you, because for some reason your body needs that stone. It could be to bling up. It could be for an off chakra that's spinning radically out of control. It could be you have a broken heart and that is a love stone. It's going to help mend it. But it's almost like when you eat fast food, and you're used to eating healthy, your body actually craves green vegetables, healthy stuff, and you'll start to know that after a few days of eating junk. It's the same thing with gem and minerals. They pick you, you don't pick them. Subconsciously, you think you're picking them, but they're actually picking you. So if you actually winked and said, that sounds like an interesting stone, get it. It's $14.99. It's not a lot of money. $15. What did we spend that on? I don't know. When I get my cherry chai latte, I think that's about $7. I'm addicted to that every day. So $7 and it's gone. All right? This is something that's going to last. This is something that you can put anywhere in your house. It's going to help you, like I said, those things that I said. The throat chakra, the heart chakra, extend the olive branch. Maybe give yourself a little bit of self-love. Okay. All right. So, anyway, we're going to read about this a little bit more. And zodiac sign this is related to is your Taurus and your Gemini. Now, I'm a Gemini. I have a piece of this in my pocketbook that I carry with me. It's not a mushroom. I have a raw piece, and I'll pull those out at the end just to compare so you can see that I'm just not blowing smoke. I'm a believer. But whether it helps me, and I think it helps me, it gives me that bit of hope to keep my life stable, keep my life happy, make those goals that I want better to achieve. So chrysoprase, you can read about it. There's a slew of information out there on the web. If you're interested in the chakras, I did a YouTube video for Shop LC. It's called the Chakra House. CHARKA CHAKRA Chakra House, and it's a house, and you'll see these different colors in the window. That's the video that I filmed with Shop LC, and that explains the 7 chakras. So you can go onto YouTube. If you choose to do that, please like and subscribe and share that, because the more that we get out there, the more videos we can make, the more information we can put out there in the world. Next week I'm filming a cabochon video with Lauren. So that's going to be out in the next few weeks too. But the more you keep delving into this, the more information that you have. And information is power. It's key. It makes you a smarter person, makes you more rounded. You can talk to people about crazy stuff, even if they're not a believer in stones. You can tell them all about chrysoprase, where it's from, all of this crazy stuff I'm giving you. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next stone, which is, this was Shop 7?
That was Shop 6.
Shop 6? Okay. This is all right, Kambaba. All right, so we are moving on to our Kambaba Jasper, which is, look at this. Look at this bocce ball size piece. Okay. This is beautiful. Let me see if this comes with a stand. And it does. It comes with a free wooden stand. That's key because you don't have to find a stand for this. So it comes with that cool, groovy wooden stand. This is, our price on this is $39.99. Now, look at how big this is in my hand. All right? I feel like it's a highlight ball. Bam. All right, and you can see the patterns on this. So this is sort of, a lot of people mistake the Kambaba jasper for ocean jasper. It's different. It's found in shallow seas, and it's usually organic material that's obviously changed over to stone. This is a giant sphere, and this is measuring. I'm going to measure it for you. This is a lot bigger, and let's do it in size-wise. Okay, where's that pyrite? Okay, the pyrite was large too, but you can see the difference in size. This was about over 2 inches circumference. This is going to be larger. This is going to be about 3 inches. 3 inches all the way around. This is $39.99, but if you do shop live 25 in the comment bar, which is down there, you're going to get the additional 25% off. And I believe this brings it down to $29.99, but I'm double checking my math. Yep, $29.99 with a free stand. The stand is about $10. So, okay. So, the stand is about $10. We're giving that to you free. Kambaba jasper is a form of jasper. Now, jasper comes in a lot of different colors. I mean, it is endless. It's probably other than quartz, one of the easiest stones to find anywhere in the world. There's jasper throughout every continent. Different colors. It could be brown, it could be red, it could be green, it could be anything. This specifically is from Madagascar. That's why it's called Kambaba. This is found in the shallow. This is the stone of peace. All right? The stone of peace. So if you have a hectic lifestyle, if you need peace in your life, if you want to present a gift to somebody that is just absolutely fabulous, this is the stone of peace. This is for tranquility. It's also good for, fertility. Well, I'm a little past that point in my life, but I'm sure there's a lot of viewers out there that are not past that point of their life. Teens, 20s, 30s, whatever age group you're in. If you want to become fertile and you want to have kids, this will aid in that. Another good stone for that, what I don't have here today, is peach moonstone, which we have on the website also. So $29.99. It comes with a free stand. This is for your root chakra, that lowest chakra. That root chakra keeps you grounded to this earth. Let's say you wake up, you're feeling a little off. Maybe you binge watched Netflix last night and you couldn't shut the TV off, and you're going to suffer the next day. You're going to be tired. Well, what happens? You wake up, you already know. You're pumping that coffee down. You're trying to feel a little bit. So when I say that's what I mean by the root chakra. When you feel that way, it means you're not grounded. You knew the ramifications. It doesn't matter. But you didn't get enough sleep, and that's energy. So you're lacking in energy in your body. That's what happens. You're like, oh, I just don't feel good today. Feel a little weird. So the 2 ways to handle that type of feeling is find a stone that's targeted for the root chakra, which is your Kambaba jasper. So you can hold this. Let's say you're just having a cup of coffee. You're pumping down that Joe. Toss it around in your hands in the morning. Between hands, hold it there. This is already heated up, and I've only been holding this a couple of minutes. This is going to give you that energy. It's going to center you, ground you. The other way you can ground, which a lot of people don't like, is you go out and you stand barefoot in your backyard or on a patch of grass. Once your feet hit that grass, it grounds you to the earth. That energy, earth energy, goes right up through the soles of your feet, and that will ground that root chakra also. But maybe you live in an apartment building that's in a concrete jungle. The only patch of grass is the dog walk area, and you're for sure not going to stand barefoot over there. So you need something like this to put in your house. Like I said, it's a nice tool. You can maneuver it in the palm of your hands, roll it around. That's transferring all that energy. That's giving energy back to your body. So this is going to house a lot of energy that's picking up from everywhere. And that's the other thing about a sphere shape. That energy encompasses entirely. Every stone is cut in a different shape for specific reasons. And the spheres are to encompass that surrounding evenly. So you could put this beside your beds. If you're having like problems sleeping at night and you wake up every day and you just feel, ugh, put this beside your bedside stand. Wake up in the morning and just lay in bed. Just close your eyes and hold it for a couple of minutes. All right? It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel grounded. And I'm not talking meditation 20 minutes. I'm talking a few minutes. You know, just lay there and think about, okay, today I got to do this. I'm going in to do this today. And just relax. You'll get up, you'll have your coffee, you'll feel a lot better. So this Kambaba jasper or any type of jasper, we have it all on the website. We have a lot of other stones that you can buy. This is really good for that grounding energy. It's a stone of peace. This will emotionally balance you, which is great. But I love it, you know, like I said, the cool, and it reminds me of ocean jasper, which was mined out. Ocean jasper was discovered in Madagascar, where this is from, and the man who discovered it never revealed where he found it in Madagascar, and he passed on, and through all these companies and all these people that live there constantly trying to find where this ocean jasper was, they discovered polychrome jasper, which is a great artist creative stone. They found Kambaba jasper. So that's what I mean. Jasper comes in a whole lot of variations of colors, and every color resonates to a different center and different energy point in your body. The color of this is green, which is for your heart chakra, but it's earthy green. Look at that color. That's why it's for the root chakra also, because we want to keep you earth energy grounded. Okay, so this was shop number 7. Shop number 7. Kambaba jasper. If anybody has any questions, I'm looking to see if any of my peeps have any questions. Angela says bring them on camera. I think I'm trying to show them on both. I keep going back and forth because I have a camera over on the other side too. So I'm trying to make sure that both of the cameras are getting these stones. So I don't know why I keep getting the same message from everybody.
Okay. Final piece of labradorite.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our final piece of labradorite, which is, this is a little bit smaller. This would be shop 8. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So this is a killer deal, and I had them bring this back. Last week I had a little bit smaller piece, but I want to show you the size of this, okay? This is a pretty hefty piece of labradorite. It has labradorescence on all sides, all right? Both the front and the back. Just going to move it around to the light to just catch it right. You can see it on the back side of this. Now remember, every stone is going to be entirely different. So this is normally $39.99, and this is shop number 8. After I take the live 25, this comes down to $29.99. So under $30, remember you have your 30-day money-back guarantee, you have your budget pays. The budget pay before the discount was $13.33. Obviously it's going to be, I think, $7.50 on budget pay for 4 months. You can own this. It's flat on the bottom. Remember, this is mined out of, this is Madagascar labradorite. I went through this before, but we have some people that are just tuning in. I got time to really briefly. Okay, labradorite discovered in Labrador, Canada. It's a stone for self-confidence. It's also a stone for negative energy, to house that negative energy. I would buy this. I'd put it bookmarks, maybe in my living room, or I put it beside my front door where I put my keys and wallet. or in my pocketbook where I plop that down. So this will aid you in self-confidence. It also remove negativity from anybody that's coming in and out of your home, your office space, your workspace, your business. If you own a nail salon or if you own a construction, you're in a one of those trailers, pods, whatever they call it. This is great. This is because when people are coming to you and you're at a work atmosphere, they're usually coming to complain or there's an issue. So you want to squelch that. You want that negative because then they can talk clearly. They're not all angry and pissed off. So this is an important stone to put wherever you have confrontation on a regular basis. In your home space, obviously you have it. I like it beside the door because people come in and out of that space. So $29.99, unbelievable. All right, another giant chunk of labradorite. Okay, and that was shop 8. So we are moving on to something that is fairly new to Shop LC. Not new to me, but it's new to Shop LC. Okay, I'm going to do the spheres first. So I have 2 different pieces of this. And this is called Numite. Now, I became aware of Numite probably about 14 years ago. Numite is specifically found in Greenland. That's it. There's been a couple little pockets in Finland, but Greenland obviously has inclement weather, very hard, so they can only mine for this stone a few months out of the year. That's the first reason it's hard to get. Secondly, Greenland, that's it. Like I said, quartz is everywhere in the world. When the stone comes out of one area specifically, it means that once that mine or that pocket is discovered, it gets mined, and as it continues, they pull material out. Eventually, like a well, it'll run dry. And if it's not been discovered anywhere else in the world, then what happens? You have something that's now a collectible. It's well sought after. People want that stone because it's no longer available out there for anybody else. Okay. So, a little bit more about the Numite. Wow. This comes also, let me see if I'm right. This comes also with the free wooden stand. Okay, very important. We like the wooden stand because you don't have to run and scramble to find something to put it on. And I'm looking for 1 second. Okay, so it comes out of an area called Nuuk, N-U-U-K, Greenland. It has these beautiful little striations of almost like silvery colored slivers in there. That's what makes it detectable and easy for me to identify this stone. This promotes clarity of thought, releases old pains, and, believe it or not, this is one of the oldest stones that they discovered on Earth. All right? I think that's pretty cool in itself. 208 billion years old. This is older than the fossils, the ammonites that I sell. So Numite. This is really cool because it protects you against black magic, against spells, against any evil. And they also say that having Numite creates, when you sleep, your spirit guides come into your dreams and direct you to correct your life. They give you answers. Have you ever had a dream and you wake up and you're like, oh, that was a good dream, and you purposely go back to sleep to try to finish the dream? That's like a spirit guide dream. If you've had a dream that's a nightmare and you go back to sleep and you pick up right where you left off, that's a nightmare. That's just a twisting of, it could be something evil, like something that, your dreams are very convoluted. Normally we don't remember our dreams at all, but it said this Numite aids your spirit guides to come through during your dreams. So that's pretty cool. You might get some answers, maybe from a past life. I always say that I was a jeweler for the Queen because I have been making crystal swords since I was in my 20s. And I go, where does that come from? Like, I just make those up. And it's like a piano player that can play Beethoven who's never taken a piano lesson. Where does that come from? It comes from past lives. So this will help you aid in some past life stuff too. Pneumite, crazy stone, oldest stone. This is going to be on your list. Shop 7.
Shop 9.
Oh, whoops. Shop 9. Thank you. Shop 9. It does come with the free whittled stand. So if you want to have that whittled stand, you know, that this will bring it to you. I don't understand all these messages I'm getting. Okay. So I don't understand the messages. Anybody who can help me on Facebook, it's saying bring them on camera. I keep seeing that same message. Elaborate, because I think I'm doing it both cameras. So anybody who's watching, please elaborate on that. Angela, Joanne, shoot me a new message. Okay, so this is $49.99. Now remember, this is billions of years old. Where can you buy something billions of years old for $37.49? $37.49 for something that's billions of years old. That's pretty cool. That's better than owning an antique. You're owning a piece of the earth. And pneumite is very, very detectable. Anybody who's ever seen this stone will recognize it. Looks totally different than black tourmaline, black onyx, spinel. Entirely different stone. Like I said, sometimes it has these almost like little teeny slivers of silver in it. So pneumite, please take advantage of this. This is going to be, like I said, this is your shop 9. And I'm going to move on to shop 10, which is another piece of pneumite. Whoops, my sphere just went a rolling. Okay. Doesn't matter. So this is a freeform piece. That sphere, because I didn't have the stand, rolled away like a bowling ball. Okay, so this is your pneumite freeform. So what does that mean? It's flat on the bottom. It's a freeform piece. It's cut in almost like a half moon on the top, circular. This is pretty hefty. This has, I think, a little bit more gram weight. And let me look at my cheat sheet here to tell you. This is, boom, boom. Oh! This is okay. Well, welcome to the world of Shop LC, because this, my friends, is going to be my favorite pick. Every week I do something and I say it's my favorite pick, which means value. This is $29.99. Okay, the sphere I showed you was $49.99. Why? When they cut a sphere, they have to start with a square, and I'm not square, but they start with a square, and then they have to maneuver that to a sphere, which means all that material is wasted. When they do a freeform, they can do any shape they want. So there's no waste on material. Okay, this is $29.99 after the 25% off, brings it down to $22.49. $22.49 for pneumite, billions of years old. This acts, and any of your darker stones always relate to your root chakra. So this is one of those stones that I said will keep you grounded. This also gets rid of negativity. All right, so salt water dip, put this stone anywhere you want to reduce negativity in your life. You know, it could be in the family room. Maybe at nighttime your kids are always complaining. They've had a tough life. You know, wah, wah, wah. Put this in that living room area where it just, you know, it calms them down, makes them realize, well, you know what, you could have it much rougher, I'm sure. So this brings it down to $22.49 in this pneumite. And then if you accumulate over 50, you get free shipping. This is over 2 billion years old, oldest stone found on the earth. And I'm just going to remind everybody, Shop LC has a sweepstakes going on every single day. If you enter, we give 2 prizes away a day. One of them is a $100 gift certificate. I think the other is another prize. And then at the end of it, somebody wins a free Rolex. And I don't mean a knockoff. I mean an actual Rolex watch. So don't be one of those people out there that says, I never win. Because if you don't play, you're right, you will never win.
Yeah,
and if you do play...
prizes, let me show you right behind you.
Oh, and today's prize... Oh, there it is. So this is today's prize. This is 10-carat yellow gold diamond pendant, valued at $329.99, plus $100 credit card. Every day we pick a new winner. This is the grand prize. So every day we pick 2 winners each day, and then until June 25th, and the grand prize date just for, I don't know what that means. But at the end of the sweepstake, the Rolex will be drawn and given away. Can you imagine winning a Rolex on a raffle?
Pretty tight.
I'm telling you, that's my jam right there. I would be very happy. That'd give me bragging rights. Absolutely. And if you're not a watch person, guess what? Rolexes retain their value. You can sell that Rolex for a boatload of money. Guaranteed. Rolex is there's only very few watches. It's like buying a Mercedes compared to a Camry. All right? That Mercedes, because it has that Mercedes logo, it's going to maintain value. Rolex has always been the top tier in the watch industry, or one of them at least. So, enter. You can't win unless you play, folks, and take a chance. All my friends over there that are sending me messages, get on there and play, because I want to know that somebody's won that Rolex. I want to hear testimony. I want pictures of somebody wearing that Rolex. Okay, Numite, this is the free form. This is Shop 10. We are going to move on to Chrysocolla. All right. Chrysocolla. Boom, boom. Let's spin it around this way. Chrysocolla, this is going to be Shop 11 in your comment bar. Shop 11. This is approximately 1,587 carats. And this is good for Taurus, Virgo, and Aquarius. So if you're any of those 3 zodiacs, this is the stone for you. And it could be good for anybody. But what happens when it's in your zodiac circle that month? It's like quartz. It's that extra boost. So this is extra good for those people that are in that that birthday. Okay. So, Taurus and Gemini too. All right. So this was also mined around copper-rich areas. This is also, like I always say, so when you deal with the pastel stones that are like the colors, the blues, the greens, they're all for up here. Heart, throat, heart, throat. So this stone, once again, this is a great stone for communication. This bad baby is a whopping $19.99. $19.99. Live 25 brings us down to $14.99. So what does that mean? You can have an array of some of the pieces I'm showing you for under $100. If you want to start a gem and mineral collection, $14.99. Here you go. Chrysocolla. This is approximately 1,587 carat. It's a pretty substantial size. Boom. No 2 are going to be the same. Remember that. These are stones. These are cut. These are called freeform for a reason, because they cut them in a freeform shape. Doesn't matter. They don't want to have a lot of waste. And this would be shop 11 in the comment bar. Okay, $14.99. At the end, I'm going to recap all these again really super fast. But if you want something that's for the communication or for the heart, and I mean, say what you mean what you say. If you're having problems speaking, if you're a public speaker, articulate, this is a stone for you. If you had a broken heart, if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, this is a stone for you. Get on board, mend that heart, scream to the world, I am something. $14.99 is your price after the live 25. Okay, we are going to move on to boom, carnelian. Hey, do we have a flashlight in here?
I think so. Give me 1 second.
So I want to show you something with this. Now this is a very opaque piece. So carnelian, this is when I'm going to be whipping through these, because this is something that, once again, $19.99 after the live 25, and this is going to be shop 12. Thank you so much. Shop 12. So, I think this. Yeah, it's not. Well, that's okay. We tried. So a lot of times when you have carnelian, you have opaque areas, and then you have translucent. Opaque you can't see through, Translucent you can. So a lot of times if you put this carnelian on a light box, it'll look like a glowing flame. And that's what carnelian is. You know what fire? What does fire remind you of? Spicy. In your heart. Fired up. I'm spicy. I'm looking for love. Carnelian is the stone for you. That warm amber glow, that orangey colors. These chakras right here. Boom. These three it works on. Lower, up. This is your moral code. This is your worth. This is your fire, your energy. So if you need any of that, in your life, maybe you should bring a piece of carnelian into your life. $14.99 after the Live 25. That's a great deal for this size carnelian. Fully polished on all the sides. It's going to come in various of colors. It could be more orange. It could be more browns. It could be more yellows. They're all entirely different. Remember, these are stones that come from the earth. I can't say it's going to be exactly the same as the other one. Okay, so, baboom, carnelian. This is shop 12. All right, and we are fast and furious. Let's see what that does. I don't know if that helps. I just turned something on. Okay. So we are moving on to, Chipino. Okay. Very interesting stone. Another giant sphere. Okay. This stone is going to be another $19.99. Live 25. It brings it down to $14.99. This is shop 13 in your comment bar. That'll DM you with a link to get you to the order page. So, Chipino. No, I'm not Italian. I'm trying to do my Italian spin. Chipino. What about this stone? Very, very interesting stone. Every one of your, not every single one, the majority of every statue that you see in Greece and in Rome are all carved from this stone. So this stone obviously has been around since the Roman Empire. All those beautiful columns. It's found in all this is specifically to Italy. So this is an Italian-based stone. If it came with fettuccine alfredo, we'd all want it. What does this stone do for you? Pink. Once again, this area, that whole heart, that whole part of your body that needs mending and healing, self-worth. This is the stone for you. It is absolutely, it's a type of marble. And if you look at it, it has those beautiful pink hues. It has the browns and the blacks, the white. Remember, every statue in Rome and Italy was carved from this ideal stone. So if you took a trip to Rome and you saw this in a gift store in Rome on a beautiful wooden whittled stand, they're probably going to want about €70. They've got you've flown all the way there. You don't want to leave without a memory. So they have you. You're their target audience. You're not our target audience right now. $14.99. You can get this in your house, at home. And I took a picture earlier that I have on my phone where I took, and I'm just going to show you what I do. So I have a glass dish on my table. It's selenite. And I put palm stones in mine. You can take all these spheres and just make a decorative bowl in the center of your living room or wherever else you want to put them. But they are very decorative. And then you can pick it up and use it to whatever you need at the particular time. If you need healing in your heart, this is where you go. You need grounding, this is where you go. So, and you can find all that information on the web. It's very, very informative out there. It's a lot more information than I'm even giving you. I'm trying to get these not to roll around. Whoops. Oh, it's still there. It's right there. So, see how pink this is? This is a beautiful stone. So remember, $14.99. Estimated retail value on this is $139.99. That might be what they would charge you in Rome for this. So let's say I took 2 trips to Rome. I didn't bring back any of this. I didn't even see it anywhere. I saw a lot of plastic stuff. This is a cool stone. It's a part of history, once again. If you're a teacher and you want to teach kids about different time periods through history, what a great way to have an example of something, and then you pull up all the pictures of the statues, and you show this and you explain to them about carving stones, where a stone is from, where Rome is on a map. This is a learning tool. It's also cool. This will heat up, once again, to my specific body temperature. Mine is always under 98.1. I'm a 97er for some reason. Always have been. I run on the cool side. And this is a great stone to add to your collection. So this would be shop 13. And we're going to move on to calcite blue sphere. I don't see that here. I don't see the calcite blue sphere.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. We're pulling a piece of material. And it's number 14. So I'm going to talk about it, and then if we locate it, if we don't, I'm going to move on to the next item. So calcite is many different colors. It's very, very popular. It's a stone that's not, we're not going to run out of it. It's found in a lot of different places. This particular calcite comes out of Madagascar, it comes out of Morocco, but that blue calcite, there's one thing about the blue. When you look at it, it looks like an ocean. It looks like that Caribbean water that you've always wanted to take a vacation and swim in. If you've never been to the Caribbean, you see those pictures where they come up on Facebook through the travel mags, and you're like, oh my God. Oh, and we've located it. Thank you very much. All right. Baboon. See? I manifested that. Right before you, millions of viewers. I manifested this blue calcite. I said, where is it? It appeared in my hand. Okay, blue calcite. I always say, have you ever just laid in a hammock and looked up at the clouds and you're just so relaxed? You're so relaxed. Like nothing matters. You got maybe a little music in the background. This is what the mood that blue calcite puts you in. That relaxing mood. It's like a warm blanket on a cold day. It's like lighting a fire in your house and just watching that crackling fire. That gives you that nice peace and serenity. This stone will do it for you. The price on this is $19.99. And once again, 25% off when you go to checkout. Brings it down to $14.99. It's shop 14 in the comment bar. So please take advantage. So I've shown you a variety of spheres today. This one is a calming stone, remember? This also helps with the throat chakra. We have anything that's a light blue color basically is going to be for your throat chakra. Very easy to remember. So like I said, if you have problems with communication, speaking your mind, and I don't mean losing it in line at your favorite coffee spot, I'm talking about being articulate, being intelligent. If you have a beef with somebody, you want to be able to talk to them on the same level. You don't want to come in up here and they're down here. You want the same playing field. You want to bring that energy down to a calming state where both the two of you can communicate and problem solve, get it all done. No hard feelings. We're working on the same team. This is what the blue calcite does for you. It works you on the same team. So a great stone to have. This is, like I said, the sought-after color for me is the blue. I love that whole calming effect. This is found worldwide. This also does come with, let me make sure. Yep, it does come with the free whittled stand. And that stand, realistically, will fit any sphere. And it's probably about, I'm going to say about a $20 stand. If you went to buy it out at a gift store, it would be $20. So we're giving you the stand free. And this is going to be $14.99, which is a great deal. It's like you're getting a BOGO, but you're really getting a good deal. So if you need some calming effect in your life, bring that energy down a little bit, the blue calcite is what you're going to use. So this was shop 14, and we are moving on to, this is one of my favorites. Okay. This is one of my favorites for a couple of reasons, but... little switch and swap. So I brought my own sample because I told you I have a bowl of palm stones. This is mine. This is what I'm selling, black tourmaline. So when I always carry black tourmaline. This once again is going to be $19.99. And then after your Live 25, this is number 15.
Yes.
So you're going to put shop 15 in the comment. It's going to send you a DM how to order this. So, black tourmaline. Okay. I'm going to try to show this up in the light. So, I'm going to try to show you. If you can see it, this actually has some little blue flecks in it. Do it on this side. Little blue. Oh, you can still see them on. Okay. So this is black tourmaline. Black tourmaline, it's found, quite a few different areas, but it's one of my favorite stones because this is the stone that I go to keep grounded and centered every day. This clears all my chakras. I carry this with me. It protects you against negativity. Same thing with EMFs. This is a great stone to have anywhere that you should carry this black tourmaline. Wear it in jewelry. Same cleansing capability. Dip it in salt water. Put it out on a full moon. This can handle direct sunlight. But this stone is number one in my medicine basket. Number one. So every day that I do the show, I'm going to pick best value in number one. This is number one. This is my go-to. Best value. Ba-da-ba-da. That giant labradorite. Okay, best value, but my go-to. Everyone should have black tourmaline in the car door. Anywhere that you are spending time, carry it with you. Stick it in your pocket. Put this beside your desk, inside your door frame. Put it in your kids' room. Put it in your gaming room. If you're a gamer, put it beside the computer. This is so, so important to have. One of the best stones that I've ever worked with. My favorite is black tourmaline. And like I said, I carry it. I wear it all the time. Okay, I'm going to start whipping through because I got 15 minutes left and I want to get through the rest of the show, guys. So I've gone and talked a real lot about each stone. Now I'm going to go into a big mama jama. Okay, and that is... Okay, that is this piece of amethyst. Bam! I had to walk off the set because this is large. This weighs quite a bit. Okay, this comes on a wrought iron stand, so it stands up. It does not lay flat on the shelf like this. I can tell this is Brazilian from the amount of matrix right here. Usually grade, gem decor amethyst comes out of either Uruguay, where my friend Lisa's from, and she does all Uruguayan. This is Brazilian amethyst. This weighs approximately 11,500 carats to 26,000. So there is a big carat differentiated weight because this is a natural stone. It was too hard to try to even get something that was in the thousands. So they've given you a big broad variation, but I guarantee you're going to love it. This is $399. And this is shop 16, my favorite number. I was born on 6/11. Okay, I'm really strong, and I mean that. Physically, I'm really strong. Strong like bull. It's that Gardner blood. Okay, so this is large and in charge. 25% off this brings it down to $299.99. You're going to get free shipping. Something like this, and I'm going to say realistically, pound-wise, this probably weighs, carat weight, 1,000 carats per pound, 10 pounds, all right? To ship something 10 pounds, it costs a lot of money. You're not paying for that. You're going to get free shipping, which is substantial. Okay, real quick, what is amethyst good for? The stone of transformation, which means this handles everything, every stinking part of your life. Because we transform every day. You change your clothes, you change your shoes, you change your hair color, your lipstick, your makeup. You go take a new job, you change your apartment, you get married, you change your location, you buy a new car, you change your lunch every day, you want something different. This will aid in all that. You're like, well, I already do all that stuff. Well, maybe some of it's not as good, or maybe some of it you dwell over, like, oh, yeah. Okay, this will help. This also helps for any woman that's going through menopause, all right? What does this do? Helps you with your night sweats. Helps you sleep through the night. My cousin Cindy, she don't sleep through the night. I know that. That woman's up at 4 o'clock in the morning baking, all right? This will help her sleep through the night. This is a stone of transformation. I also said it was on the walls of the Vatican. People go to the Vatican to transform their lives, ascend, to have peace of mind, to have clarity, to have forgiveness. Bam, boom. Why do you think this is in the Vatican, folks? All right? Because it's a transformation stone. Vatican won't tell you that. Metaphysics, that could be scary to them. Okay, not scary here at Shop LC. $299.99 is your price. This is Shop 16. Comes with this giant wrought iron stand. So this is ready. The back side is completely done. So I'm going to spin it around. So you can place this anywhere in your home. This is a wow piece. This is a home decor that puts your stuff to, man, people come over, they want that. They want to hang out at your house because you have the cool stuff. Okay, Shop 16. Now we're going to fast and furious through the rest. Alrighty, boom, boom, boom. We got now Serpentine Dragon. Boom, Shop 17. This dragon is $29.99. After the 25% comes down to $22.40. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's $39.99. After the 25% comes down to $29.99. Carved out of serpentine. I want you to see how well this carving is done. This is the grade serpentine that you want. Serpentine dragons have been in the Asian culture for hundreds and hundreds, thousands of years. The dragons, Chinese New Year, right through the streets with their dragons. What is the sign of dragon? Fierce, fire, money, prosperity, and then the green, heart chakra, money, luck. If you want luck, money, and all that great stuff in your life, this dragon serpentine is for you today. $29.99, Shop 17. Don't be afraid. This is something that is cool and groovy. The carving is all hand done. It sits anywhere you want on a shelf. Great Christmas gift. $29.99, Shop 17, Dragon Serpentine. Okay, we are moving on to lava. I don't see that. Okay, I'm going to skip that because I don't see it. So we're going to move on to shungite because I want to get to these two shungite pieces really, really quick. I have two varieties. I have, first of all, I have Kuan Yin, which is my favorite. Kuan Yin, this is pressed shungite. Shungite protects you from EMFs. It prevents, it's a detoxer. So if you have this near you, it's a detoxer like charcoal. You can actually rinse this off and put it in a water bottle and drink the water out of it. The water will become pure. Shungite was discovered in the Karelia, Russia area on the river banks. There was a group of people that were living to be over 100 years old. Scientific community went into that town. They started studying the people. What are they eating? What are they drinking? Why are they living to be over 100? They discovered, they thought it was the water. They tested the water. There was no impurities in the water at all. They said, how can this water be so pure? It's like unprecedented. Then they realized that the riverbeds were lined with shungite, which is almost like a charcoal-based stone. But it's a detoxifier. It's a EMF. So if you don't know what EMFs are, do we have that video up there with the tea kettle?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what EMFs are real quick. EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies. And every single, I have millions of cameras in here. I have monitors. You can't see behind the scenes. I have lights everywhere. I'm being bombarded with EMFs right now. Our cell phones that are 5G. That's why European banned them. Too many EMFs. EMFs are in everything. Your tea kettles, anything you plug in the wall produces EMFs. We have no idea what EMFs are going to do to our brain up here in the future. We have no idea. And I mean that. It could create havoc. We don't know. But we all know we want the technology. So I'm going to show you what happens when, so this is a tea kettle, a normal tea kettle. That's an EMF meter. that tea kettle is registering. They put the shungite necklace down. You can see this going down, down, down. All right, the number is going down. They take that away, that number goes right back up. So shungite has something called hollow atoms. And what hollow atoms do, the EMF hits that stone and the hollow atoms trap those EMFs in these atoms. So it's scientific. It's not something that's made up. There's a bunch of books on shungite out there. I love the Kuan Yin, and I'm going to tell you Kuan Yin has been my favorite since my trip to Thailand in 1999 and changed my life. She stands for the tears of all mankind, which I always say, I feel your pain. If you are oversensitive to people's emotions, that's a gift. That's something I protect myself, because when somebody's crying, I cry. I feel their pain. Kuan Yin represents that. It's a Buddhist deity, one of my favorites. So this is out of shungite, and it sits on this beautiful shungite plate. I pulled it off because I want to show you the difference. This is natural. This is a natural slab of shungite. This is the compressed powder from when they cut the slabs. They form it into different forms. This is beautifully done. I mean, look at the detail on this Kuan Yin. This is $199.99. That's our normal price. After the shop live 25, you get 25% off. It brings it down to $149.99. And this is shop 19. This is another one of my favorite pieces on the show. And everybody, really, you need shungite. You need it near your TVs. I have an 80-inch TV. I have a block of shungite underneath it. I have a block that I put my phone charger on. Protect yourself against EMFs, because I'm telling you, we have no idea what the ramifications are. We know that red light therapy helps. EMFs, they could break down that cell structure and create havoc in your body. Please, 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 if you can't buy this, go on to our clearance or our live TV and just put in shungite and see. We have bracelets, we have necklaces, we have foot inserts. Get shungite in your life. Super, super important. One of the stones that I stand behind 100%. I put it on the entranceway of all my beehives. They love it. It protects them against EMFs too. And that's the only way that they can find their way back to that little hole that's in their beehive. Okay, so that's shop 17. Shop 20 is going to be much smaller. And this is a little Buddha. And he's just sort of jolly and laughing. He's on a natural slab of shungite. And then once again, look at that detail in that Buddha. This one is, regular price on this is $39.99, I believe. And after the 25% off, it brings it down to $29.99. And this is shop 20. So remember, I really, really want people, if you've never heard of shungite, look it up and do some research, because it will change your life. And I kid you not, it's so, so important to protect yourself against certain things that I can say 100%. There's testimonies out there. There's books written about this. Shungite, shungite, shungite. It comes from Russia. We don't have any ties with Russia anymore. So once this is we have brought in a bunch, as much as we could get, because we have no ties with Russia anymore. So we have no way to get more material. We bought a bunch. We have it housed. We have it in the warehouse here, so we'll filter through it over the next year. But if you're interested, make sure you get it now. Christmas time is among us. It's going to happen. Start shopping now. Get your Christmas gifts now. Shungite, shungite, shungite. Okay, I have 9 minutes left, and I'm going to recap on every item very briefly to show you, to make sure we have all the numbers correct. So, we're going to start with our labradorite. So, this was shop 1. Okay, that's your labradorite. Shop 1. This, number 2, is going to be another piece of labradorite, but your larger piece. This is going to be shop 2, and you can see the difference, obviously. This is a larger piece, right? Shop 2. Shop 3 is going to be your blue mushroom, your quartz mushroom, right? With that blue quartz, shop 3. Shop 4 is going to be your large pyrite sphere. Remember, it comes with the stand. All right, free stand on the spheres. Okay. Shop 5 is going to be your egg, your pyrite egg, right? Cool and groovy. Shop 5. Shop 6 is going to be your chrysoprase, another mushroom. And I know the mushrooms were $14.99. Some of the spheres were also. So I'm not going by the price. I'm just giving you the numbers. You can pull up that information when you DM. Okay, so this is shop 6. Shop 7 is your Kambaba Jasper. And this is a nice piece, I got to tell you. That's shop 7. Look at the size of that. That is a good size sphere. This comes with the freestand also. Shop 8 is going to be your other size of labradorite, which is right here. Okay. And you can see the labradorescence on that. That's going to be shop 8. All right, shop 8. Shop 9 is going to be your Numite sphere. Okay, that's pretty big too, remember. Comes with a free stand. Shop 8. Shop 9 is going to be your Numite freeform. Which, you got Numite freeform? No, there's a couple of pieces. Okay. Boom. Numite freeform. Shop 10. Shop 11. Chrysocolla. Now, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment bar, and I'll try to answer them. Chrysocolla. That's going to be shop 11. Shop 12 is going to be your fabulous carnelian, your fiery red. Could be amber color, could be orange. So this is going to be shop 12. Shop 13 is your cioppino, your Italian fettuccine, your cioppino marble. All right. Beautiful, beautifully done. Remember, spheres, a lot harder to cut. These spheres are $14.99. They come with the free stand. Then you have your blue calcite. And that is over here. Blue calcite. This was also $14.99. This also comes with your free stand. Okay? And then you have your tourmaline freeform. Bam! And I love how this has those blue flecks in it. Okay, your tourmaline freeform. Love this. Remember, I love the tourmaline. Those are my picks. And then you have your shop 16. Shop 16 is going to be your Mama Jamma amethyst. Shop 16. I know this was $2.99. And remember, shipping is free on over $50, so take advantage. Okay, that's going to be your shop 16. Shop 17. Bam! Serpentine dragon. Look at that. Look at that. How cool and groovy is that? Serpentine dragon. Shop 17. Bam! Okay, shop 18. You have shop 19 is going to be your Kuan Yin and Shungite on the natural base. I pulled it off. So I pulled this off. You can put this by itself, and you can use this as a phone charger base. All right? So that's why I did that, because I would put this flat on wherever my phone charger is, put this right on top of it or underneath it, protect those EMFs, and put this somewhere in your living room where you are on your phones, your computers. If you own a gaming room, you need some of this shungite in there for sure. This is one of my favorite stones. Please, please, please do due diligence and read about shungite, because you will be very, very surprised all the stuff that it does. And then shop 20 is your little Buddha, your little laughing Buddha. Okay, so recap. Enter the sweepstakes. 2 winners every day. At the end of the sweepstakes, somebody wins a Rolex watch. Remember, I'll be here every Tuesday from 6 to 8, Midwest, 7 to 9, East Coast. I'm going to try to bring new gems and minerals every single week, give you a little education, just a little uplifting. If you're interested in buying anything, make sure you put it in that comment column. That live personal shopper, we've shown you the number a couple of times, 888-837-2237. I got it memorized. They are your best friends. They will help you with any questions that you have. So I'm Cheryl B. Briggs Benvenuto. Happy National Bee Day. I'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye. I kept getting messages, all messages on my phone that said can't see, hold, but it was like every message was the same, and I'm thinking they wouldn't all be typing the same message.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like